Oh, and a library too? What the heck, dude? I'm getting full right now. I thought the selective genome thing was deemed unethical. I mean, the ethics of it is extremely debatable. Oh, hold on. If I go to the library, I maybe can't use that to... I might not be able to go to the alt path, which would really be bad. Okay, let's go fight our boss real quick. Maybe we'll get latchkey or matchbook. Matchbook as well. It would be great. Actually, matchbook would be everything I want and more. Except the key part. But we could maybe get some keys from playing with these tinted rocks. I want to splice my genes like Batman Beyond. Everybody does. That's a sci-fi, you know, classic thing. But at the same time, it's hard to justify splicing your genes when you don't necessarily know what all of them do. Holy based, guppy. Let's go. I love dead cat. When we don't necessarily fully understand our genome, it is hard to, in good conscience, argue that you can or you should edit your genome. In cases where it is very understood that this particular set of genes causes, you know, like terrible genetic conditions and stuff like that, then, you know, is it unethical to not use your ability to save every human person on the planet from potentially having this terrible disease, right? You know, something like sickle cell anemia. Ooh. Well, I can't get either of these, and I kind of want both. Actually, I think I probably want Bobby Bomb more so than I want the other thing. So let's go do our mob trap room, see what we can't grab there. Imagine being able to edit your genome, but that still hasn't cured baldness or tonsils. I like you included tonsils in there. Very funny. Oh, there was a hidden man sleeping in my bed. No, do not sleep in there, please. But yeah, it's a Pandora's box. When we have not properly understood our genome, it's hard to say you can edit that or that you should edit that. And even cloning as well has certain potential issues that could be brought up with it. So it is very hard to argue for that, though that doesn't stop China from doing so, because China is known to push boundaries and ignore some ethics. And that's not me being like racist towards China or anything. I unironically mean that they do perform a lot of experiments that generally in the West you would need, you know, a board of ethics to sign off on that would absolutely not sign off on it. But because of various societal factors and yada yada yada. Oh, latchkey. Where were you last floor, man? I needed you. Goathead! I love Goatsy! Woo! All right. And doubling all room clear rewards is nice, but honestly, I think let's just go down. Okay. My tonsils are so big that I keep biting them with my wisdom teeth. Dang! Dude, that is actually nightmare scenario incarnate. Yeah, that's... and tonsils as well. Even just removing tonsils and removing your appendix as well. You know, some people argue, if the appendix is such a liability to so many people's lives, why don't people remove it? Well, that's because the appendix... Oh, that was so bad. May provide us with some currently not understood function. And there's actually, with the growth of wealth of knowledge about the human microbiome and gut biomes and whatnot, there are actually more and more reasons to not remove your appendix, because some people believe, or it's theorized, that the appendix actually is meant to be kind of a safe haven for resetting your gut biome after a particularly bad illness, say like dysentery or what have you. So if you have a healthy gut biome and then, you know, some sort of life event that causes it to be completely disrupted as a result of, you know, you have to take a bunch of antibiotics, or, you know, in the olden days you get dysentery and you poop your guts out for a couple days, that significantly causes things to change, then your appendix kind of forms a safe haven refuge where you can restore, like factory reset, your gut biome from. That's what some people think about it, which, you know, remains to be seen. But there's still that question, right? Should you remove somebody's appendix if it is inevitably going to rupture? Which it isn't inevitably going to rupture. I think it's something like only 50% of people have their appendix, or get appendicitis over the course of their life or something like that, which is still a very large number, but at the end of the day, it's not No, I don't want you. I'm sad. I say leave it alone unless it will harm you. And that's exactly what the thinking of medical practitioners is today, right? Don't if it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? That is literally what they believe, because really what it comes down to is responsibility. Who is responsible for making that choice? And doctors, under the Hippocratic Oath, right, they cannot do something that could potentially harm somebody. And if they don't know that something won't harm them, then they have to abstain from doing so, right? If it ain't broke, don't pick at it. Exactly, except when it comes to scabs. Always pick at those. I'm joking. Please do not pick at your scabs. You are likely to suffer from several issues if that does happen. Anyway, all of this is to say, man, we're having some pretty big... gallbladder too, yes. Gallbladder does provide you with like an actual significant function, though. That's not one that's like, it's really arguable whether or not the appendix actually helps you out. Because like, even if the theory of the appendix being like a factory reset for your gut biome is a thing, there are suppositories, you know, and I think there's even some ethical debates that can be had about suppositories on their own. What it really comes down to, honestly, when in a lot of medical and science and sci-fi topics and ideas, end up coming down to who is willing to take the personal responsibility for it. Can you, in good faith, accept the potential risks that may come from making some sort of decision? Like, a head transplant is a great example, because there was a guy in China that said he was willing to do that but didn't end up doing it. I don't want to pay that. If somebody has a terminal disease in their body and somebody doesn't have, somebody is willing to die, ooh, key bum providing us with actual value, tangible. Howard, head and or poop transplant. Yeah, those are the same thing, guys, right? Like a head transplant. If there are certain circumstances where you could argue a head transplant is ethical. Some would even argue that perhaps it's unethical. And there's also this whole debate that comes to, oh no, nightmare. There's also a big debate about euthanasia that comes up with this, right? Who is willing to be responsible for the potential loss as a result of euthanasia, you know? Because there are circumstances where, like that guy in, the guy who suffered from really bad radiation poisoning in Japan for a super long time, and they kept him alive for as long as they could, like torturing him for 5 days, basically. Of course, it wasn't torture in the medical practitioner's eyes. They were trying to save him. And there wasn't really much understood about radiation poisoning that made it so that they didn't know he was really going to die, right? They thought it was still savable. If you can keep them alive, then you should, you know? And so that's exactly what they did. But in that scenario, euthanasia is probably the only ethical option, you know, to stop the suffering. But what if? Can you handle the responsibility? Can you take on that risk of potentially missing or causing that person to miss out on, you know, curing cancer? That's always the go-to, right? And it's kind of... It falls in line with a very similar argument for why can you kill baby Hitler? Okay, I'm doing some funny thinking right now. I want the nail. That's like the one I really want. But if we get dark bum, key bum, and regular bum, then we get super bum. I'm gonna be crazy. I'm gonna be wacky. I'm gonna try for super bum, despite... Oh no, I need a bomb. You know I'm bad. I'm bad. You know it really bum bad. When a bum bad gets bum bad, and then in a bad bum bing bum bing bum bad. Everybody jokes about, you know, everybody was so worried thinking about if they could, they didn't think about if they should. I think there is a very reasonable argument that can be made for why people can't, and why people are so concerned that they shouldn't, when really they should probably not be as concerned about. Ooh, red key. Red key. We want to find an ultra secret room, and on top of that, we want to find a bomb. I think we have a very good chance to have an ultra secret room in this corner here. So we have the matchbook. We want to blow up the donation machine. But which donation machine do we want to blow up? Do we even have a donation machine in our opposite room here? No, we don't. That gives us not enough money. So now we pay the reroll machine. 2 cents spent on the reroll machine too. Oh, that's a kick in the pants. I also love the little bloopy guys. The little poopy bloopies. Potato peeler. Piggy bank. Okay, sack. Okay, we're gonna risk it for a biscuit on the sack. It's only 2 cents more than the bomb. We got it! Yeah, baby! Woo! Yes! 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 Perfect. Perfect. That does put a smile on my face, fellas. It may have cost every single one of the monies that we had in our pocket, but we did manage to get access to the mines after all. Beauty. Beauty. Frozen baby or unknown item. Give me unknown item. Oh, both of them were... Oh, I didn't want to pick up that spirit heart. Oh, well. Bomb, please. Thank you. Can I get another one? Stop taking all my keys, you bully. Okay, there we go. There's that. Now open up this. There we go. No! Oh my gosh, this guy is actually... He knows what he's doing. AI has gained sentience, and this is him. Oh my gosh. Okay, we finally getting bombs. One makes you larger. We big maxing, fellas. I'm big weld. Ooh, funny. Bent paperclip, by the way. That's the name of the thing I was saying that... The thing that I was saying that I wanted. Bent paperclip. Because bent paperclip allows you to grab... No! Stop! Give me that! You rat coward! Before I became a VTuber, pretty much like everybody on the face of the planet, I wanted to be a podcaster. I know, it's typical, it's classic, everybody wants to be a podcaster, right? You know, that's for a reason, by the way. I think it's very clearly what reason that's for, right? And that's because it's the freaking easiest gig on the planet, you know? You sit there and do literally nothing, and you earn money. Well, not literally nothing, because you do a lot of talking there, but... I will take this. Keys, I need those. Yes! But I did want to be a podcaster for a time, right? And I thought that maybe that would be something that I could do. I'd have to take a lot of notes and, you know, work on my oration a lot, because little known fact, I'm not exactly the best at speaking coherently for prolonged periods of time. You know what? Let me spare you the copium. I am not good at speaking coherently. Period. No qualifier on that. Regardless of the circumstances, my coherency leaves much to be desired, and I think there's you know, some circumstances that potentially are the cause for that. I can never tell when he's gonna do a proper one, or he's gonna do the 4 quad beam laser thing. All right, let's see what we have. Sin Robe and Horror Babylon. Honestly, I think we take both. Unironically, I think we take both. There's Horror Babylon, gonna give us permanent damage and speed upgrade. Ceremonial Robe is gonna give us some HP and some damage. Very, very nice. Work on this oration. No, that's Fallation, Jimboom. Fallation and oration. I know they sound similar because they have an Asian in them. If you were Asian... Okay. Yo! Flavorful VT! Welcome in! Oh, profit! Me when I have acquired significant wealth. Metal plate. That's a fun item, but I want something wackier. Give me a little crazy. Tech 0.5, you know what? I asked for a little wild, and that's better. You know how much Bojo loves his crazy ladies, right? If she ain't crazy, he ain't gonna bone, is his motto. Don't quote me on that, but pretty much that is verbatim what he has said when needy streamer overdoses happened, and everything like that. He is a large believer in crazy in the head, crazy in the bed. And there are crazinesses to be had in that game, in particular with the head of an attractive lady. Anyway, Now that he's dead, I have squatted over his corpse. Yo, he's taken over the fear and hunger ecosystem. Let's go. Who would have thought? And now all you got to do is start getting into the more grody RPG horror maker stuff. Start getting into Black Souls 2 and all kinds of. Now that's just good eats right there. Jesus Juice, also good eats. Let's pay the toll first to get into there. Damocles, I'm not taking that. You cannot convince me to take it. I will not take it. I refuse. Take, you got 9 lives. Boto, you're actually... I hate you. I hate that you're right. Okay. Let's go and pop into the knife room. I am not a fellow skeleton like Flavorful, because Flavorful has shirked the skeleton way. But I am a skeleton, nevertheless, and I play mostly roguelikes pretty much until I graduate with my master's degree, or potentially next semester, whichever comes first. Or really, I guess it depends on how hard the class is for next semester. I will pretty much for the foreseeable future only be playing Isaac, and then occasionally doing some funky collab goodness here and there. Get out of the way, you fat piece of face. I'm sorry, Mother. You are actually morbidly obese. Your ghost is also is not necessarily morbidly obese, but it is extraordinarily large, and for that, you know, I will describe you as something that does, you know, reflect that you are quite girthy. Flavor told me his favorite form was the cat girl, no cap. I mean, that's what brings in the most money, and I'm sure that's the grifter way for All Bones Jones, and I'm like father, like son. I died. Oh yeah, you don't have any items. Pay out the doubters. Jim Boom, do a backflip. Alright, Jim Boom, looks like you're backflipping. Nothing pre-seasonal, kid. Bye-bye, 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 bye-bye.